Ghost with Cloak or anything. You don't have to, or maybe he's just going to run around in circles as well. But you don't have to use anything super fancy. He sends up his thing and then scans. So never mind what I was saying. You don't actually have to scan at that point. All the information he just got there, he could have gotten by just sending that guy down there. You lose out on 50 minerals, but that Marine isn't going to do anything standing up there anyway. So whatever, man. Either way, he now knows that there is in fact a very large bio army, and this Marine. Can he actually see that Marine there? Yeah, that Marine is not long for the world. Farewell, Mr. Marine. Big stream of units now, though, coming out for Ghost. This is a lot of Marines and tanks. Very good overall composition. It's very easy to get a large number of Marines along with your tanks because Marines do not cost gas and in fact are very cheap on the minerals as well. So with this sort of 3 base setup, he is starting to get these expansions up. This expansion is now running very well. This expansion is getting there. He's able to produce very quickly out of all these. And Stimming running in there. Oh no, he went a little bit too far. Not quite in the range of those siege tanks. Has to back up a little bit. He has lost his medevac at this point though. And there are just way too many units there from Musclebound. These are going to get cleaned up very quickly. Actually, surprisingly taking out or doing more damage with this push than I would. 2 medevacs and about 5 marauders, 6 marauders there left out of that force, but still Musclebound very much coming out the victor in that exchange, taking out practically the entire army of Ghosts. He's only got looks like 3 Marines and yeah, just a few Marines and a couple of tanks at this point. He still has this nuke as well. He has never used this nuke. I would really like him to use that nuke. I don't know why you're making me sad here, Ghost. I'm very disappointed in you. Looks like he's going to be expanding to the Gold Expo. He decided he made a push. It wasn't the most successful push ever, but he's going to go ahead and take an Expo. Honestly, this is kind of a risky spot to be taking that in at this point. He does have a few units here to be able to back it up, but not a whole lot, and he knows that his opponent, Musclebound, is going to have a little bit more. Personally, I think taking this expansion down here would have been safer, but if he gets away with it, then that will very much be worth it. And we see Musclebound taking an expansion as well, going for his 3rd expansion. Have a pretty big army, and somewhere in the middle of that he got out of Thor, so there's an armory hiding around here somewhere. Siege tanks over here doing some damage, trying to do as much as he can, but unfortunately Marauders pretty good against siege tanks, and Thors as well. So the tank's just not working so well for Ghost in this setup. He does drop the scan up there, trying to let this siege tank do some damage. He's going to get a couple more hits in, but this honestly is not looking very good for Ghost at this point. It looks like that siege tank is going to go down. A lot of siege tanks lost in that exchange. Musclebound is in a great position at this point. He is down a base, but this base is, like, he's going to be able to see that from where he is. Yeah, you can see it right there. At any point, I would expect him to just march over there and take that base out. And yeah, there Ghost is going to do the wise thing. Looks like he's going to lift that base up and just head off to greener pastures. Maybe bluer pastures would be the better way to put that, because these minerals are blue and not green, and neither of these. So heading off to bluer pastures, we'll put it that way. I somehow managed to select both wolf statues. Awesome. Looks like we got double gas coming up here at this top expansion. No SCVs mining up here yet, not even this dude who's just holding down the fort. But hopefully we'll get some up there soon. We have a really good saturation here, and pretty much mined out in his main here. Could probably send most of these guys up to that top expansion and be fine. And this orbital command, oh, what is this? 3 factories going down up here at the hidden north expansion. I'm actually curious, has Musclebound spotted this yet? No, it does not look like he has. So this is completely hidden from Musclebound. He has no idea that that's up there. And this bottom expansion is pretty hidden as well, though it is not yet being utilized at all. And as I say that, 5 SCVs queued up and a drop ship worth of mules drops down here, so looks like that will be rectified very quickly. Holy crap, where did he get all those tanks and Marines from? That was fast. Executing the millions of factories. He literally has, what is that, 2 factories, 4 factories, and another one on the way now, so he's going to be able to pump out a lot of tanks here in a hurry, and he still has a nuke. Why do you still have that nuke? Use that thing, man. Use it. Also has a Banshee out as well. We saw it fighting a little bit earlier and it ran away. Hasn't made too much use out of it yet at this point. So we have this force pushing up here. Looks like he's going to do a little bit of poking around with this Banshee. He does not have Cloak for this Banshee, which with that much energy it would be nice if he had it. And holy crap, that is a lot of Banshees for Musclebound as well. Actually, I have no idea whose scan that was. He might have been trying to make sure that Musclebound might have been trying to make sure that Banshee couldn't cloak and move away, but we're moving in here now. These siege tanks are doing tons and tons of damage, but unfortunately the Marines are slowly dropping. These Banshees are cloaked, and honestly, he could just finish this off with those Banshees at this point. There is a scan coming down from, looks like that one came from Ghost. It's impossible to tell who's scanning who at this point, but it looks like these Banshees are going to be able to clean everything up. There's just so many medevacs here from Musclebound as well. Literally, that's like, what is that, 10 medevacs spread around. And interestingly enough, the Marines were shooting at them instead of the Banshees most of the time. So the Banshees were able to just do tons of damage in that fight, while the medevacs took some damage for them. So not going well for Ghost at all. He was, in fact, let's look at the resources tab here. He is... wow, he's actually ahead in food after that fight. I am actually shocked. How does that even... He has about 15 extra SCVs, so that's probably where that food differential is coming from. And somewhere on this map, he has 27 Marines. I guess they're all hiding underneath these Vikings here. So he has the... holy crap. Oh my god, that is 4 plus 3. That is 7 barracks. 5 factories and 2 starports. Ghost likes to make units. That is definitely something he is a big fan of at this point. So we're seeing a whole lot of that coming out. There's something happened down here. Someone was shooting at something, but okay. So Ghost actually pulling ahead yet again in the, or even farther I should say, in the supply count. He's still about 10 ahead. 141 to 131. And we look over here in production, we got more Banshees coming out for Musclebound at this point. Not a bad choice. Those Banshees have been doing pretty well, and against this very tank-heavy setup. Oh no, here we go. We got another fight coming up here. Honestly, this is a lot of units from Ghost. Yeah, Musclebound stuff is getting completely just chewed through at this point. He's got these Banshees up here, but the scan goes down, and those Vikings are going to tear through them in a hurry. And now the medevacs just decide they're on a collision course. They're going to try and drive directly into the Vikings, but that does not work in StarCraft 2 or in any other form of craft that I am aware of. We do have now, yeah, very, very few units remaining for Musclebound after that. I'm going to go back to the resources tab. Ghost sticking at 130, down from the 141 that he was at before that fight, and dropping Musclebound all the way down to 88. So he's sieged up just outside. He's using these Vikings as spotters, and these siege tanks are just starting to kill everything they can. And oh no, here comes the fight from Musclebound. He's got this Thor here. The Thor should be able to kill. Yep, those tanks are down. So Musclebound's base is saved for the moment, but uh-oh, I missed this going on up here. There is a bunch of Marines up here just killing that expansion and chasing off after the SCVs. Run your SCVs away, man. Run away. With this Thor, with these SCVs repairing it, should be able to clean this up. But this expansion is lost at this point. Do have a handful of SCVs just chilling around down here. And what is this? We have 3 more tanks moving out from Ghost. Wow, he is all the way up. He is now doubling his opponent's food, 162 to 80. Ghost has been behind most of this game, or at least it's felt like he's been behind most of this game, and is now just absolutely sprinting forward, having 4 operational bases. Look at this. Pretty good saturation here. Really good saturation here, completely mined out in his main, and pretty good saturation here as well. And honestly, he could be taking this expansion, so really, really good. It looks like he's even going to move all the way up here and take this gold expansion, and he's gearing up to take this gold expansion as well. So Ghost has decided he is going to win this game by sheer force of macro. He is now maxed 200 out of 200 against his opponent's 94 out of 150. This is a lot of units. I'm just going to go ahead and read them off to you. He has 12 Vikings, 12 siege tanks, 51 Marines and a Raven. And this freaking nuke! Why is that still there? Use that. So we have a little bit of a fight going on over here trying to take out this expansion. He's moving up with his Thors and a handful of Marines, but oh man, there are so many Marines coming up here. There's the stem moving in there, doing as much damage as he can. Marines having a little party in the back instead of fighting, but they have finally moved up into position here, and it looks like these Thors are going to be taken out, dropping the entirety of Musclebound's force down to, let's see here, 1 Marine and 4 Banshees and 33 SCVs. So really not a good position. Holy crap, that is a lot of tanks. Really not a good position for Musclebound to be in at this point. He is getting out macroed horribly, and the unit production of Ghost is what's going to be winning him this game. And it looks like he's moving in. I don't even know if he's going to bother to siege up at this point. He can just attack, move. Yeah, he's just moving in here and just firing his tanks. Look how quickly that command center is going down. That orbital command is gone at this point. All of the units are gone. There's these Vikings over here killing off the couple of medevacs that are left. Things just getting completely annihilated, and I would expect a GG at any point. All he really has left are these 2 Thors here and these 4 Banshees, and those are not long for this world. That Thor goes down. Second Thor is about to drop. Honestly, he needs to move the rest of his units up here. He's kind of throwing away a whole bunch of Marines there. The Marines are now completely dead at this point. Oh my god, the Thor has 4 hit points, but unfortunately 4 hit points is not enough against 15 siege tanks. Holy crap. So yeah, he's just going to siege up and kind of let everything around him die. And there's basically a GG. I'd like to say GG, but wasn't really much fun. Good luck anyway. Come on, man. Be a little sportsman-like here. Say, yeah, you played well, opponent. Don't be like, oh, I guess I lost. But I'm not going to rip on him too hard, because that is, of course, always very, very disheartening when 5,000 siege tanks show up at your base, and your opponent built a nuke and never used it. Why would you not use this nuke? I'm so mad at you right now, Ghost. You have no idea. But yeah, all that aside, thanks very, very much for watching. Ghost is going to take this series 2-0 and move on to the semifinals of the Kaze Lore SC2 Tournament. Thanks very, very much once again for watching. I will be having more matches. I will have the rest of the quarterfinals up very, very soon, followed by the semifinals and then the grand finals. So keep an eye out for those. We'll see you guys later.